Have you ever wondered whether the universe is really a giant machine operating according to immutable laws, or just a dense curtain of chaos? In the darkness of endless space among billions of stars, is there an invisible hand that skillfully created everything, from the smallest grain of sand to giant galaxies? Or could life as we know it be the result of a series of random, meaningless, yet perfectly perfect events? Today's journey will take you into the deepest secrets of the universe, where questions about life, death, and our existence remain unanswered. In this video, we will go into great depth in many aspects to clarify the confusion. Please find a comfortable seat, relax, and contemplate. 1. Debate on the origin of life. Is the universe we live in, with its bright stars and blue planets, the result of random and chaotic events, or is it actually governed by a fixed and unchanging law? This is one of the most profound and controversial questions in human history. Is the existence of life simply a random result of billions of random factors, or is there an invisible hand that skillfully orchestrated everything, from tiny atoms to entire giant galaxies? When it comes to the origin of life, the debate is divided into two distinct camps. On one side are those who believe in the theory of evolution, a scientific theory put forward by Charles Darwin. This theory holds that life is constantly changing and developing through the process of natural selection, where the organisms that are best adapted to their environment survive and evolve over millions of years. The theory of evolution has been reinforced by a lot of scientific evidence, but it is not without controversy. On the other side, creationists believe that all life and the universe were created by a creator with superintelligence. They believe that the perfection of the universe, from the perfect balance of physical laws to the complexity of living organisms, cannot be the result of chance alone. Instead, everything was intentionally designed from the beginning by an infinite power. This debate continues to this day, with scientific and philosophical arguments overlapping, creating an endless dialogue about the true nature of the universe and life. 2. The question of the Creator. Throughout human history, the question of the origin of the universe and life has always been one of the greatest mysteries, attracting the interest and contemplation of not only scientists, but also religious believers and philosophers. Many cultures around the world have developed myths and religions to explain the beginning of all things, with an all-powerful creator often believed to have created everything from nothing, shaped the universe, and endowed humans with life. Myths and religious accounts of creation appear in almost every major civilization. In the Bibles of Judaism and Christianity, the story of creation begins with Genesis, where God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and created humans from the dust of the ground, breathing into them the breath of life. In Islam, Allah is seen as the supreme creator who created the universe and all living things, shaping the world according to his will. In Hinduism, the universe was born from Brahma, the creator god, who created the world from a cosmic egg from which the gods and humans emerged. In Buddhism, although there is no specific creator, there are legends about Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who helped give birth to and guide the development of the world and human beings. These stories not only provide people with an explanation of the origin of life, but also convey values, moral principles, and beliefs about a higher power that governs and guides life. The creator, in many religions, is not only the creator but also the protector, maintaining order in the universe and setting laws for humans. The image of the creator is often depicted with qualities such as omnipotence, omniscience, and infinite benevolence, and is the object of respect and worship by millions of believers around the world. However, the question of the origin of life is not limited to religious stories, but is also the subject of countless debates and scientific studies. While religions seek answers in sacred texts and beliefs in a creator, scientists seek explanations in natural laws, experiments, and empirical evidence. This has led to the development of theories such as Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, the Big Bang theory, and many other theories about the formation and development of the universe and life. The debate between science and religion over the origin of life is one of the deepest and oldest. On one side are those who believe that science can explain everything, from how the universe was formed to how life has evolved over billions of years. They argue that natural phenomena can be understood through research, theory, and concrete evidence without the need for the intervention of a creator. The Big Bang Theory, for example, holds that the universe began with a huge explosion about 13.8 billion years ago, from which matter and energy created stars, planets, and eventually life. On the other side are those who follow religions and spiritual philosophies, who believe that there is something beyond human understanding, that there is a supernatural force behind everything we see in the universe. They believe that the complexity and perfection of life in the universe cannot be the result of chance or natural laws alone, but must have a creative consciousness, a creator with infinite power. For them, science can provide some answers, but it cannot explain everything, and faith in a creator is necessary to fill in the gaps that science cannot answer. This debate is not just about theory or evidence, but about the most fundamental questions that humans have ever faced. Where did we come from? Why do we exist? What happens after death? The answers to these questions shape not only how we view the universe and our place in it, but also how we live, believe, and treat each other. Although everyone has a different view on the Creator, there is no denying that the question of the origin of the universe and life continues to be one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in human history. It is a question that belongs not only to science or religion, but also to the heart and soul of each person, where faith, reason, and emotion intersect, creating different views on life and our existence. And perhaps the final answer to this question will remain a mystery, something that humanity will continue to explore, ponder, and debate for centuries to come. 3. Darwin's theory of evolution. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution is one of the most influential scientific theories of all time, and it has changed the way we view life on Earth. This theory, proposed by Darwin in the 19th century, suggests that all living things evolved from common ancestors through a process he called natural selection. This is the central mechanism in evolutionary theory, and it helps explain why life on our planet is so diverse and complex. Natural selection works on a basic principle. In a harsh environment, those organisms that are better adapted to the conditions will have a better chance of surviving and reproducing. This means that over millions of years, beneficial traits will be passed on to the next generation, while less adaptive traits will gradually be eliminated. Gradually, this process leads to the formation of new species and the disappearance of species that are no longer suitable for the environment. As a result, life continuously changes, develops, and evolves over time. The complexity and diversity of living things today is not the result of a single event, but the product of billions of years of development. According to Darwin, life began with the simplest organisms, such as bacteria and single-celled cells. Over time, these organisms evolved into more complex life forms, from multicellular organisms to vertebrates, eventually leading to the appearance of modern animals, such as humans. This evolutionary process is slow but powerful, and evidence of it can be found in the fossil record, current life forms, and even in the DNA of species. Every living thing bears traces of its evolutionary past, living evidence of the process described by Darwin. However, the theory of evolution is not simply about biological change. It also helps us gain a deeper understanding of the complex relationships between organisms and their environments, how external factors affect life, and how new species are formed. Evolution does not stop in the past but is still happening right before our eyes, continuing to shape life on this planet. Although initially met with opposition from both the scientific and religious worlds, the theory of evolution has gradually been accepted and become the foundation of modern biology. It has not only changed our conception of life, but also opened new doors for scientific research, from medicine to evolutionary biology and genetics. Darwin's theory of evolution continues to be a source of inspiration and discovery, guiding humanity in its quest to understand the origin and nature of life. 4. Scientific experiments. As the debate over the origin of life has continued over the centuries, scientists have attempted to find answers by conducting daring and groundbreaking experiments. Among them, two prominent experiments have contributed to clarifying how life could have begun on Earth, although they presented different perspectives. The experiment of Louis Pasteur and the experiment of Miller and Urey have become important milestones in the history of science, each laying the foundation for different approaches to solving the mystery of life. The experiment of Louis Pasteur, conducted in the 19th century, disproved one of the oldest theories of the origin of life, the spontaneous generation theory. According to this theory, life can arise naturally from inorganic materials, such as insects can arise from decomposing meat. Pasteur, with his sharp intellect and profound scientific thinking, conducted a series of experiments to prove that life cannot arise spontaneously from an inorganic environment, but must have existed before. In his most famous experiment, Pasteur used curved neck flasks containing nutrient solutions. He boiled the solution to sterilize it and prevent microorganisms from entering the inside thanks to the curved neck design. The results showed that as long as the neck of the flask was not broken, the solution inside did not show any signs of life. However, when the neck of the flask was broken, the solution was quickly contaminated by bacteria from the air. This experiment proved that all life must originate from a previous form of life and cannot appear naturally in an inorganic environment. Pasteur's experiment disproved the spontaneous generation theory and confirmed the law of biogenesis, a fundamental biological law to this day. While Pasteur's experiment reinforced the view that life could not have been spontaneous, Miller and Urey's experiment opened a new door to explaining the appearance of the molecules necessary for life in the conditions of the early Earth. Conducted in the 1950s, this experiment simulated conditions on Earth some 4 billion years ago, when the planet was still chaotic and harsh. Miller and Urey wanted to prove that inorganic elements, under the influence of natural factors such as lightning and high temperatures, could combine to create simple organic molecules, the precursors to life. They designed a closed system with a tank containing a mixture of gases that simulated the primordial atmosphere, including methane, ammonia, and water vapor. They then used electric sparks to simulate lightning, which powered the chemical reactions. The results of this experiment astounded the scientific community. After a week, Miller and Urey discovered that some amino acids, the building blocks of proteins and essential components of life, had appeared in the mixture. Miller and Urey's experiments not only confirmed that the organic molecules necessary for life could form naturally under the right conditions, but also provided a model that could recreate the process of life forming from inorganic precursors on the early Earth. This contributed to the primordial soup hypothesis, which suggests that life could have begun in chemically rich environments on Earth. Although these two experiments approached the problem from different directions, both made important contributions to understanding the origin of life. Pasteur's experiment asserted that life could not have arisen spontaneously and that it must have had a specific origin, while Miller and Urey's experiment showed that the basic ingredients of life could have been formed by natural processes under the right conditions. Both experiments brought us closer to unlocking the mystery of life and helped shape scientific research in the decades to come. 5. The universe and life. The vast and wondrous universe in which we live not only contains billions of stars and planets, but also holds profound secrets about the origin and development of life. For all the complexity of the universe, life on Earth exists thanks to a near-perfect combination of factors, from the precise distance from the Sun to the existence of water, basic but decisive factors for life. This perfection has become a subject of controversy, not only among scientists, but also among people of religious faith, raising the question of whether the universe was actually shaped by chance or was created by a creator with superior intelligence. One of the factors that determines life on Earth is the distance from the Sun. Earth lies in the so-called habitable zone, a perfect distance from our star. If our planet were just a little closer or farther from the Sun, the temperature on Earth would be too hot or too cold to maintain liquid water. Water is the basic condition for life, and without liquid water, the chemical reactions necessary for life cannot take place. This perfect balance has ensured that water does not freeze permanently or evaporate completely, allowing life to develop from the simplest life forms to the complex organisms we have today. In addition, the existence of water is also one of the most important factors in maintaining life. Water is not only a solvent for most biochemical reactions in living organisms, but also plays an important role in regulating the Earth's climate. The water cycle helps maintain the stability of the planet's temperature, thereby supporting the development and survival of different ecosystems. This includes regulating ocean temperatures and providing fresh water through rain, helping to ensure life everywhere on Earth. The Earth's atmosphere also plays a crucial role in protecting life. The atmosphere not only maintains the oxygen we breathe, but also protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun, thanks to the ozone layer. At the same time, the atmosphere also helps maintain a stable temperature on the planet through the greenhouse effect. Without this atmosphere, the Earth would be no different from other dead planets in the solar system, with extreme temperature fluctuations and no possibility of life. The Earth's magnetic field, generated by the planet's molten iron core, is another crucial protective factor. This magnetic field creates an invisible shield, protecting the planet from high-energy particles from the solar wind, preventing radiation from harming the atmosphere and living organisms. Without the magnetic field, the atmosphere could be eroded, and the planet's surface would be severely affected by space radiation, endangering all forms of life. In addition, the existence of the Moon also plays an important role in maintaining the stability of the Earth's rotation axis. Thanks to the Moon's gravity, the tilt of the Earth's axis is stable, thereby maintaining the seasons, preventing excessive climate fluctuations. Without the Moon, the erratic changes in the rotation axis could cause major changes in the climate, making the planet much more unstable than it is today. All of these elements not only coexist, but also work together perfectly to create the ideal conditions for life to thrive. This is why many people question whether the perfection of the universe is really a coincidence, or the product of a deliberate arrangement by a creator. Creationists argue that it is impossible for all these delicate elements to come together so precisely by chance. The delicate balance between natural elements can only be the work of a supreme power who has designed and adjusted everything perfectly since the beginning of the universe. On the other hand, evolutionary scientists and naturalists argue that, although life on Earth may seem special and rare, it may be the result of complex natural laws that we are still discovering. They argue that with billions of planets in the universe, the possibility of a planet with suitable conditions like Earth is not impossible. Moreover, evolution has allowed life to adapt to those conditions, turning an empty planet into a place where abundant life develops. The debate over whether the universe and life are random products of nature or the result of a carefully designed plan continues to rage. Despite different beliefs, it is undeniable that the perfection of the Earth and the universe is a wonder, stimulating the imagination and exploration of mankind. The question of whether there is a creator behind these wonders, or whether it is all just the product of inadvertent physical laws, remains one of the greatest mysteries of mankind, a mystery that we may never fully solve. 6. Future vision. Looking into the future, the debate over the origin of life and the universe will certainly continue to be a perennial topic as science advances and we expand our exploration of deep space. The fundamental questions of where and how life began will remain central to both science and philosophy, as well as religious debate. As we get closer to new discoveries about the universe, the possibility of finding new answers increases, but at the same time, the questions and doubts will become more complex. Science, with its ever-evolving capabilities, has made significant progress in the study of the origin of life. Technological developments have opened up new areas of research, such as synthetic biology, ancient DNA studies, and especially space missions to explore distant planets and extraterrestrial bodies. The search for exoplanets in the habitable zone has provided more clues about the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe. In addition, space missions such as Mars probes and space observation satellites are searching for signs of ancient life or conditions suitable for life on other celestial bodies. The discovery of water, organic molecules, or Earth-like conditions on extrasolar planets has fueled hopes that life may exist not only on Earth but also elsewhere in the universe. These advances have opened up the possibility that we may find evidence of extraterrestrial life, which could completely change the way we view the origin and nature of life. However, the debate about the origin of life is not limited to the field of science. Issues related to faith, religion, and philosophy will continue to accompany the development of science. Belief in a creator or the existence of a supernatural power is not easily replaced by scientific evidence alone, but is also closely linked to each person's personal and cultural identity. As science continues to discover new things about the universe, one can see that the existence of a creator is not just a religious story, but may be part of the things that science cannot explain. Although science may answer some questions about the natural mechanisms that lead to the formation of life, it cannot completely erase belief in stories about a creator or other spiritual philosophies. Many people will continue to believe that there are things beyond the understanding of human beings and current science, that behind the perfection of the universe there is a higher power that has skillfully created everything. In the future, the dialogue between science and religion will likely become richer as we continue to explore the mysteries of the universe, and those on both sides of the debate will have the opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of each other's views. Personal perceptions of the origin of the universe and life will ultimately be the determining factor in each person's beliefs. Each individual will make the choice of whether to accept one of the proven scientific theories or to maintain belief in a creator. The combination of reason and faith will produce a wide range of views on the origins of life, from those who believe in the progress of science to those who hold to their religious beliefs. In a world where science and technology are developing rapidly, personal understanding remains a complex and unique thing. Some may see science and faith as two parallel paths to understanding the universe, each providing different answers to different questions. In the future, perhaps the intersection of science and spirituality will become more common, as more people seek to reconcile these two perspectives rather than see them as opposing rivals. Personal understanding can help us find harmony between scientific truth and spiritual meaning, creating a more comprehensive view of the universe and humanity's place in it. The future vision of the origin of life is not just a scientific story about searching for extraterrestrial life or discovering the secrets of the universe. It is also a personal journey, where each person builds and shapes his or her own beliefs. Along the way, we may face larger questions about the nature of the universe, human existence, and the meaning of life. And while the final answer may still be far away, the process of searching is an integral part of human development.